It is day 1 of Blackathon. I have been waiting so long for this moment. I told y'all that I was gonna be daily vlogging for the first week of Blackathon, which is now the entire month of February. And I wanted to do something a little bit different in this vlog. I wanted to show you guys as much of my life as humanly possible. So I figured I would just start filming this video in my pajamas in case you've ever wondered what I wear to bed. It's definitely not anything dapper and cool. This is what I'm working with. Okay, so we got the head wrap because our edges are important and they need to be protected. We have the grandma cardigan. Yes, oh yes, because warmth is, there's Raven in the background. We have my mother's t-shirt, her old t-shirt, because rock and roll stops for no man. And then we have our silk pajamas, also from my mama. And then we have our booties because, you know, I hate being cold. Oh yeah, sexy up in here. Yesterday I said a little inner chant and I was like, I just want positive things to come my way. And the black gods, I thought they had my back, but they didn't, because what they sent me instead of positivity was this. Damn! Not only is this pimple in the worst place possible, but why is it taking up so much of my damn face? It is about 10 a.m. in the morning and 2 of my favorite booktubers sent me a message, Rachel Marie and Carrie from the Book Bell, and said that they had a little surprise for me. I'm black, I do not do surprises, boo-boo. I have absolutely no idea what this surprise is, but they seem very excited. They're making quite a big deal out of it. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I am heavily anticipating it because I want to know what it is. And as soon as I get off of the chat with them, I will let you all know what the surprise was. And then we're gonna be on and about our day. I might have some book mail to open, so I need to check my mailbox. I also need to work out. I used to be so strong, and then I got injured, and I lost so much muscle definition. I lost so much of my strength, and I miss feeling good about myself, so I'm getting back into the gym, and I'm getting back into weightlifting. What else do I have to do? I'm gonna bring you with me to my hot yoga class, and then there's a TV show with a black lesbian superhero that I didn't know about, so I'm gonna be hunting that down on Hulu and watching that intermittently throughout this vlog. But most importantly, I am going to be reading. I don't know if y'all saw my giant Blackathon TBR video, but my goal is to read all of those books and then to read even more. I'm gonna try to like finish a book a day, but some of these are very, very thick and I do have a bunch of work in the upcoming weeks, so we will see. I might start with Let's Go Swimming on Doomsday by Natalie C. Anderson. One of my most highly anticipated releases of the year. It's about Abdi, a young Somali boy who is forced to become a child soldier. This is a young adult novel and I'm so excited to see how these heavy and important topics are dealt with. I'm excited to see this character's development, and I hope that the topics are handled appropriately because they are very sensitive. And then I think I'm gonna do try a chapter for these puppies. I have Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. I have The Everlasting Rose, the sequel to The Bells, and then I have The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. But for real, why the pimple gotta be right here? This is some bullshit, y'all. Raven, Raven, are you hungry? You want some food? Hey Raven, you're not thinking about leaving me, are you? It's a cold, dark world out there. Sit! Sit, Leo. Hey, sit! Okay, good. Sit. Take. Sit. Good talk. Yeah. Drink some water. Take 5.
Oh, he's a big scaredy cat.
You're a big scaredy cat. I'm only playing. I'm only playing with you. Ah!
There we go.
Okay, okay. Hey, hey. Ah, okay, okay, good dog. Sit, sit.
I'll be back someday.
He's so cute. Oh, look at him. Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, we need to talk about the day that I've been having because it's been wild. Almost immediately after my last update, I hopped on a live chat with Rachel Marie and Carrie Book Bell because they said they had a little surprise for me. So the surprise was that a bunch of booktubers got together, submitted clips of themselves thanking me for the Booktuber Recognition Awards that I put together. And if you're not sure what those are, it was basically a way for us to recognize smaller creators and shout them out, while also recognizing the work that larger creators put in too. And there were 16 different categories, everything from nonfiction to excellent hair, excellent content and aesthetic, things like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of work. I still have like 40 gift packages to put together that I'm gonna be sending out to the winners. But I did it because I really believe in our community, and I feel like booktubers just don't get enough recognition. Like, we get the least views on YouTube and things like that. So I had no idea that people made a video thanking me for the awards, and I'm watching it and just bawling my eyes out. I'm crying hysterically. They also filmed my reaction, so I will be uploading that on my channel so you can watch me cry. I can name few other times in my life that I was so moved. So I get really flustered even thinking about it. So thank you everybody who participated and said thank you to me. I can't talk about it anymore. So now I'm wearing a band-aid over my pimple because it popped while I was at the gym and it was just bleeding everywhere and really gross. So I'm disgusting. I don't know why any of you are here. I am absolutely starving after working out for an hour and then spending an hour and a half in hot yoga, but I have to tell you a couple of things first. I went to the gym with Rob, one of my closest friends, and he is a male. And it was literally just me and Rob in the weight room, and then this other male walks into the room. I'm standing right next to Rob, and this male walks up to Rob and is like, hey, do you mind if I turn the TV on? And just pretends like I'm not even in the room. Like, doesn't even look at me, doesn't ask me if I'm okay with that, gets the male's opinion, and then walks away. When I talked with Rob about it later, he was like, yeah, I noticed that he addressed the question to me and didn't pay you any attention. Sexism is so heavily ingrained in our society that we don't even notice when we are ignoring women and non-binary people. We don't even notice when we are not addressing them when they're in a room. It was clear that he wasn't interested in my opinion, like he wouldn't even look at me. And it was pretty offensive, I'm not gonna lie. It definitely rubbed me the wrong way. I felt like it was really rude and unnecessary, but you know, like, that's life having a uterus. Definitely don't want to make this about race, but I will say that this happens with me more with white men than with men of color. And this is certainly not to say that men of color aren't sexist, because y'all part of the problem too. But I've just noticed that when I experience sexism, a large part of the time, for whatever reason, it comes from white men. The only reason I'm even mentioning this is because it is day one of BLACKATHON, and I want us to be thinking about how the intersection of somebody's ethnic background and their gender impacts the way that they are treated in the world. Like, I wonder if I was a blonde white woman, would he have addressed me as well? If I was a man, would he have addressed me? Would he have asked for my opinion as well? What would have had to be different for him to acknowledge my presence in the room? And that could be any number of things. These are the things that we should totally be thinking about, especially as we're in the process of dissecting these really cool books. Then after that, I went to yoga and I feel amazing. I have a lot of chronic pain as a result of being a lifelong dancer and boxer. So my body is a freaking mess, and I'm working very hard on that. But the only thing that truly helps besides massage therapy is hot yoga. It's just, I've tried everything, and hot yoga is it for me. So I'm really glad that I'm financially stable enough to afford going to yoga monthly, because it is very expensive. Now, can we just talk about my thoughts on Let's Go Swimming on Doomsday, because I'm literally bursting at the seams to discuss this book with somebody. I'm only on page 70, and every single page astounds me in some way, shape, or form. 3 years after his older brother is taken by terrorists, 16-year-old Abdi's family is kidnapped, thrown in a cell, and he himself is beaten for days. Abdi has no idea where he is. He's a straight and narrow kid. He's never done anything wrong, and he's no idea why he's being targeted. When on the third day, a white American agent removes him from the cell and tells him that he will have his family killed if Abdi doesn't agree to spy on the terrorists that took his brother for the Americans. It turns out that his brother has now been successfully converted into a terrorist and has risen in the ranks within the organization that kidnapped him. America is offering Abdi's family asylum in exchange for going undercover and trying to get close to his brother once again in order to extract secrets about their terrorist organization from them. The traumatic events of this book are contrasted by heavy but gorgeously written lines. And Abdi himself has a beautiful narration voice that you get sucked right into. This book does have shifting timelines. We get to see flashbacks of when Abdi's family was whole, to when he was kidnapped by the Americans and forced to become a terrorist. And then we get perspective of his current situation where he is in Kenya and in the care of a white female social worker. Now, sometimes flashbacks cause a disorganized narrative, but these are extremely well placed and seamlessly written into the story. I just gave you the plot, but the book is about so much more than that. Yes, Abdi is going through a lot in his life right now. He still has a way of narrating that is personable and funny. Honestly, I'm so excited to see where the story is going. I'm completely sucked in, and I'm only on page 70 because I've had so much pop up today. But I'm going to make dinner, and then I'm just going to dive right back into this book, and I will update you shortly. Roasting eggplant in the oven. Excuse you. So tonight I'm having a small glass of wine, lettuce wraps, and then some caramelized and baked eggplant. It is now 10 p.m. Dinner is done, and I am still... Oh my god. You're so creepy. What do you want? What the fuck, dude? I will be reading this book probably for the rest of the night. I am hooked. I cannot rest until I know how it ends. Every single day that I post a Blackathon vlog, I will be shouting out a Black booktuber. I've reached out to various Black booktubers who are all under 1K and asked them to submit a clip answering some questions that I gave them about their channel. The first shout out goes to Starla Marlene, who quickly became one of my favorite booktubers of all time. I gave her 4 questions to answer in her clip. The first was to introduce herself and tell us about what books she reads on her channel, a little known fact about her, a booktube confession, and lastly, to tell us about her favorite book of the moment. I'm gonna say goodnight and roll the clip. I promise tomorrow I'm not gonna look like this. I'll actually get dressed. I won't be in sweats, and hopefully this will be gone. Thank you so much for watching day 1 of Blackathon, and here is Starla.
Hello, my name is Starla from Starla Reads. This is my fur baby, Katrina. Thank you so much, Jessie, for creating Blackathon and for featuring me on your channel. You're too kind. Why you want my face on your channel, I'll never know. My favorite book genres are fantasy, science fiction, and anything with queer rep. While those are the ones I generally gravitate towards and thus review most often, I also enjoy other genres such as contemporary, thriller horrors, and nonfiction. Eine wenig bekannte Tatsache über mich ist, dass ich ein Teildeutsche bin und dass ich Deutsch spreche. My booktube confession would be that I'm not the biggest fan of bookshelf tour videos, which I know tend to be creators' most popular videos. They're just not my favorite to watch as a viewer. My current book obsession, which has really been my book obsession for the past like 6 months, is the Lightbringer series by Brent Weeks. I have not grown to obsess over a series like this since Game of Thrones. It is a high fantasy series with a complex magic system based on light and its visible spectrum. More than anything though, it has an incredible cast of characters. With all the goodies on my Blackathon TBR though, I may have a new obsession coming very soon. Thank you so much and goodbye! Tschüss!